Hello and welcome back to Pumpkin Patch Soaps. We are going to go over how to make these little walkie-talkies out of soap dough today. Yes, it is time to gear up for the holidays for us soap makers and start making Christmas-themed soaps. More in general, just holiday-ish themed soaps. I am not going directly with Christmas this year, it's more just holiday themed. And of course, we can't just do a normal thing here. Have y'all seen Die Hard? Y'all seen Die Hard? Now, don't come at me with any of that. Oh, Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. There's a Christmas tree. There's presents. It's on Christmas. That's all you need. John McClane climbing through the vents. And we have one of the best lines in cinematic history, and you can't fight me. Also, it was one of my mom's favorite series. She was obsessed with Bruce Willis. I really wish that she was still here to get to see these because they come out really cool, but that's okay. We pushed through and I'm doing this for her. So to make a little walkie-talkie, these are actually super simple. You're basically just gonna squash the sides of a little piece of dough in between your fingers until you get a square or rectangle shape, whatever you are going for. I wanted these a little bit more oblong for a rectangle, so I just kind of patted each side until we got there. It's a little bit of a slow process, but you want them to be the proper size so that none of them are obscenely bigger than the others. And I just kind of also pinch off the corners a little bit as I'm pulling and pushing so that they get more sharp and not so rounded. Because again, with walkie-talkies, they are more of like you can get rounded ones, but generally the ones that I have used are more squared off and pointy-edged, you know? And I didn't really pay too much attention to try and make it look like the one exactly in the movie because, let's be real here, the fact that I'm going to get these to hold up at all is pretty spectacular. Now, I just like to compare each one as I make it so that I know if I need to cut a little bit off or add a little bit more. So we are going to take this little sporky doodad here and we're just going to swap into it and cut out that piece. And it's, I stopped to wipe it off because I still had soap dough from the previous project on there. And then as I cut off little pieces, I just hold it up to the others to see, are we good? Is that enough? I don't want to take off too much because then I have to basically start all over again because I would have to mix in another piece and squish it up and re-roll it out, and we don't want to do that. So it's just easier to do it this way. If it comes out a little too big, you can always cut off a little bit and even it back out. So much easier. And there we go. Look at these. They're like twins. So now comes the decorating part where we get to make the little doodads and things. So I take just another one of these little chunks that I used, that I cut off, and I'll pinch off to get about how much I need. And we're going to make the little antenna because every walkie-talkie needs an antenna so you can talk to others. And it's really simple. You just kind of pinch and squeeze till it gets to a little doodad that looks how you want it, We have technical terms here. I know, don't be dumbfounded by it. I understand if it's overwhelming, the amount of information you're taking in and learning, but fear not. It's okay. Yes, all the technical terms here. So I'm going to take the end of that little cutter tool I have, and I'm going to just boop a little hole in there. And this is a little trick I use for any time I'm making anything with soap dough where I need to attach a long bit to another bit. Apparently my voice didn't like that part. I started giving out. Anyway, I make a little hole and I just insert it in, and then I just kind of smush it around a little. And I'm just going to kind of squish this in here, and I'm going to take a little silicone piece, this blender tool type thing here. All my crafting tools are meant for clay, but it works the same on soap. Honestly, your things are going to thank you so much when you start using these. The difference in my embeds is night and day. So I'm just going to very gently kind of pitter-patter on into the edges here And just that little bit of blending and smushing in is going to help keep these in place so that they stay safe and sound, because you don't want the tips of these to come snapping off, especially before you've had a chance to fully make your soap, or heaven forbid, as you're making the bars of soap, you go to put one on and it snaps, and then you're down one and you don't have time to make it before the frosting's set up. That was my biggest fear. So that's why I took my sweet time on these, and I made sure to make them as sturdy as possible. And I'll tell you, none of them broke. It was great. I have already made these, which brings me to the next thing that I would like to talk about here with y'all, the next release. So because shipping times at holidays are insane, and if you are new to this, you don't know about, you've been living under a rock and you don't know about shipping delays in the holiday season. Every holiday season, primarily around Christmas time, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, the post is always slow. You need to order things weeks ahead to make sure that you receive it by Christmas or before, or whatever holiday in December that you celebrate, because there are major delays. I have had in previous years things take over a month to get delivered, and I sent it out the day after they ordered it because I have a really fast turnaround time. Unfortunately, once it gets to the post office, it is out of my hands. It is out of any small business's hands. Once it's to them, you just gotta call your post office and handle that with them. So, in an effort to try to make sure that doesn't happen for anyone this year and that we can try and just cut that right out, I am making a pre-order for all the holiday-ish themed soaps. So, November 4th, you will be able to pre-order any or all of the holiday-themed soaps that will be available. And then any that are left over will be available after that when they are having their release date. Like, say, for example, here. Let's say, so the pre-order is the 4th. Say that they are ready by 2 weeks after that. Then I will take them off of pre-order and they will be put to regular sale, whatever is left over. But I highly recommend getting them during the pre-order, just if you really want them, to make sure that, one, you get them, because these are probably going to go kind of fast. Holiday season, things sell out super quick. And like I said about the shipping times, I really don't want people having to worry about not getting things in time. I want to make sure that if you are looking to get something as a gift, you have time to wrap it or whatever you want. Also note, you can always send a message or an email asking for an order to be gift wrapped if that is something you have a preference for. All you need to do is ask. Now, of course, there will be other soaps released around this time as well. However, they will not be specifically holiday themed. They'll be more just in the winter cusp, which is why they will not be part of the pre-order. So again, up to you for how you choose to order your things this year and what you are looking for. I will have an emailed list sent out, as well as I will post on my TikTok and Instagram about what will be available. And here we have it. Are you excited? I'm excited. John McClane, here you go. You may now use your walkie-talkie and be clean. What do we think? Follow on everything. Hope to see y'all soon.